What's going on, Internet? Welcome to a series we like to call Hot Topic, a show where we take a break from our normal podcasting routine and deliver you quick, entertaining discussions about any and everything. If you're new to the show, this is The Summit, the podcast where we share with you all of the latest and greatest gaming, anime, and pop culture news, saving you all the time of finding it yourself. If you're listening to this, you can find us on all major podcasting platforms. We're available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Don't forget, if you want to reach out and keep up with us, you can always find us in our Discord server, which is always linked in the show notes below. Now that all that is wrapped up, we hope you enjoyed the discussion.
You think, I ain't saying that a lot of people, but you think everybody would fuck with Dragon Ball if they just killed off Goku forever and it was just gone?
Goku has died 20,000 times. Nobody will ever believe that Goku.
No, I'm talking about forever. I ain't talking about killing them off for a minute, because they always just kill them off. I'm talking about forever. He ain't coming back.
What's the series called?
You think niggas would still be fucking with
because Dragon Ball doesn't have very good writing, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just action, bro. Like,
and then that's another example of a cop out, because Gohan was supposed to be the main character, but they edged him out to keep Goku in because people would cry about it if Goku got pushed out of the series.
Yeah, Dragon Ball is not very well written. It's just more for action, bro. People watch Dragon Ball because it's action, and it's very popular because of the nostalgia factor. Like, people grew up on that shit on kids. It's the same thing with kind of like Naruto. I'd say Naruto has way better writing than Dragon Ball, but a lot of that is nostalgia factor. I mean, it's just the way it is, bro. I mean, the difference is, if we want to talk about anime, it's different between fucking Dragon Ball and fucking Naruto. If you kill off Naruto, well, that's the fucking show. I mean, you can't have Naruto without Naruto. You can have Dragon Ball without Goku. They've done it plenty of times.
In my opinion, every other character other than Naruto was actually interesting. I actually hated that nigga.
I wouldn't agree with that one, but I can see why Naruto is a little bit annoying. Naruto's annoying.
But you got it.
Yeah,
everybody has an opinion, and that's one of them.
No, that's a take. I mean, I would give him this. They put a lot more character development into a lot of other characters than Naruto. I'm gonna give him that one. That's true. Look at characters like Itachi. Look at characters like fucking even Shizui. We never even saw Shizui, but he has plenty of character development. I mean,
I feel like Naruto's character development was forced instead of naturally put in.
What do you mean?
That's my issue with Naruto. I feel like it was overly forced just because.
I don't know about that.
I could somewhat agree with that. Just because the show's named after him, he has to get to a certain destination.
I think of Fullmetal Alchemist. I feel like you really truly got to grow with them, and it wasn't just forced and shoved down your fucking throat the entire show. Those two.
I feel that way with Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm. I can never get into Attack on Titan for real.
I think he had a great plot. I think the conclusion to that shit was phenomenal.
Okay. I didn't understand what you were trying to say there. That's a hot take, though.
What, Attack on Titan?
No. Naruto being forced.
I can see it though because this is the first thing he mentioned though with about every other character having more character development. They do. I mean, Rock Lee, Neji,
and Naruto.
The
main character.
Man, Rock Lee only did one thing the whole show though. You gotta start letting him
wait a minute, bro.
He did one thing
about to doubt
the show and never did shit after that.
Who?
Guy had more development than Rock Lee.
But he did two things.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm gonna start it over. Let me give you one character that had more development than the main character, Obito. Okay, the main antagonist of the show, the true main antagonist of the show. He really is though. Like up until the fucking. No, I mean yeah. Behind the scenes, yes, but Obito put all that. Obito put it all in motion. It was Madara in Obito's head. Yes, we know that. But Obito was the main star.
Obito kept it in motion.
If you want to go that route, it's Kaguya. If you want to go that route, it's the Otsutsuki family. So, I mean, what are we really talking about? I mean, we can go deeper and deeper all we want. Okay? But the main antagonist of the show is Obito.
I'm talking about people actually care about that's actually well written, because who gives a fuck about Kaguya?
No one gives a fuck about Kaguya. Her own family don't give a fuck about her. But the point is, bro, it's like, I can see what High Roll is talking about, because a lot of other characters did have more character development and backstory and growth than Naruto. They did. Yes, they did. Itachi is one of them.
The whole show was about
Itachi was basically the same nigga the whole show until
he was not, bro.
Yes,
y'all niggas don't watch the show. Y'all niggas don't pay attention, bro.
His whole thing. All right, so what did
he was keeping shit hidden means that's how he was from the jump.
Why did Itachi kill his clan?
Why did he?
Yeah, why did he? I'm asking you. Why did y'all watch the show? Why did he kill? Why did he
prevent a coup and stop and protect his brother?
Because his bitch ass didn't help Shisui.
We got a real Shisui fan in this video. All right?
Yeah. How was he gonna help Shisui and Shisui already had his eyes taken out?
Why? Because Itachi was MIA.
He was MIA.
Them niggas was plotting on how to stop the Uchiha together, right? And then boom, what do? He allowed himself to get split up, and then Shisui got jumped, and then his bitch ass showed up late. You know?
Hell no, yo.
What's a Naruto hot take y'all got?
The whole point of Itachi, like Itachi's whole like purpose and everything he did was for the village. It was to defend the village and ultimately like to, fulfill his father's wish, which was to protect his brother and looked out for his little brother.
It wasn't for the village. It was
not for his brother. It was for the village. It was for the village. Itachi had a tremendous amount of loyalty to the Hidden Leaf village. Tremendous amount.
For both. Yeah, like it was a combination. Sparing Sasuke was like a condition that he do it.
So of course, he was gonna look out for his little brother regardless. But he did have an undying amount of loyalty.
I feel like we're running away from the. Wasn't this whole point to prove their side characters had more side development than Naruto? What they do? Okay, think about this. Think about this. This is what I like to think about because I think Naruto and Goku got the same amount of levels of character development as in like damn near none. Because if you picture like the very start, if you picture how Naruto
even as a big Dragon Ball Z fan, I agree with that.
If you picture Naruto in the beginning and Naruto at the end as a Hokage, Kid Naruto versus Hokage Naruto, they are still the same fucking person.
No, he's not. One's a kid that was rejected by the whole village, and one is a Hokage rejected by the world.
Hold on.
Yeah, but mentality. Okay, but you're saying that as if he. Okay, you're saying that, but he had the Nine Tails in him. He could have murdered everybody at any point he really wanted to. If he really wanted to. And there was a movie about that. Because there's a movie where there's a negative Naruto who did exactly just that, right? So it goes to show that Naruto, even back then when he was at his lowest, was a nice person who didn't want to wish harm upon anyone else. He's the same exact person as Hokage. There was no character development, no growth.
Niggas as a child.
Right? And proof of this is that he taught no jutsus all his fucking villains. He doesn't
that
have
is not true.
To kill evil people.
He even said, if you get in my way or if you do cross me or whatever, like I will do what I have to do, and he does it. Like he literally, his whole all he wanted was to be recognized and be accepted by by his peers and everyone around him, because he got tired of getting looked at as a demon or as a monster, someone who wasn't really a person. He was outcasted, and he was getting tired of that life. And so his whole right.
What about that change in character? What about his character change as a result of that adventure? What about his character changed? Nothing. He was the same exact person.
He was developed.
That's why everybody loves Naruto. He's been the same.
Because he became an actual leader instead of just wanting to be a Hokage.
He's been a leader from the start. What are we talking about?
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
It was about that action, but he was never a leader. He wasn't a leader.
No, y'all niggas just don't watch the show, bro.
Y'all are talking about physical position and status. Yes, he was never a fucking leader when he was
right.
But we're talking about his character and character development. Character development is when a character goes through something that makes them realize that a part of them is either wrong or it is good, and they want to pursue that part of themselves, discover themselves. Character development, right?
You mean they had a revelation? No, that's something completely different.
No,
that's not character development.
Yes, it is character development.
I
forget what it's called, but that's something completely different.
Striker, have you ever been through something that changed you?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, bro.
All right, that's the captain.
I don't know why y'all do it.
I don't know why I do it either, bro. I just be following the
I get baited every time, bro. Every time.
It's a nice ass bait, bro. I'm sorry.
Every time, I swear, man.
Like, if we're talking about real character development, I don't know. Let's talk about like Tokyo Ghoul, Kaneki, right? Enter Kaneki in the beginning, season 1. Puny dude, scared of everything, doesn't even really know too much about ghouls and shit, right? And it's just like a pacifist, harmless, doesn't want to harm or fly. Look at Kaneki at the end of the series. He's a monster. He's murderous. He's half-ghoul. He's people like it's a character development. It's a change. It doesn't necessarily be positive. We're just saying the character has to change. Naruto doesn't change. He's the same good old Naruto that he was back then.
All I'm gonna say is Goku. One take on Goku is slightly wrong. He did change because that nigga used to kill every fucking body. He used to kill everybody. He didn't really need much of a reason as long as he felt like they were evil enough. He got convinced by a good android to not kill everybody.
Goku just like to fight.
What you talking about, bro? That nigga let Frieza live.
He was killing everybody.
Let
as an
Frieza
adult.
live.
No, that's
Frieza live.
Yo, listen. Because when he got that character development, that was early back in Dragon Ball, not Z.
Hell no.
Android was the one that convinced him to be a kinder person and not kill people all the time. When he said, "I have to kill him."
Oh,
I
you
have
talking
to
about because of his instincts, saying
Yes.
his Saiyan instincts? Okay.
Yes, I have to make him. I have to put him down.
Okay.
And after it was telling them, "No, you can't just kill everybody. You can't just kill him."
Okay, let me change my statement then. Goku hasn't received any character development in the past 20 years.
That's a better one. There you go.
It didn't necessarily need to. Not everybody necessarily needs to change all the fucking time with their story.
I mean, that's but we still making a statement though. It's a true statement. Naruto hasn't
make everybody grow up off of him and bounce off of him. Same with Naruto.
But look, that's the point though. That's the point. Striker trying to argue against it, but that's what makes Naruto such a good role model, because from the start Naruto has been the same. He has not changed his character up until the point where he got Hokage. To this day, Naruto is still the same goofy motherfucker as he was back then.
That's not what I was arguing. That's not what I'm arguing at all.
No.
Y'all are saying he has no character development,
and
the only way to have character development is to completely change your whole person or personality, which that is very incorrect. That is not what character development is.
So what's character development?
Building the characters, everything that character did to get to the point where he's at. That's character development. What he did, his journey to get to being Hokage, to get to being accepted by his village, to get to being accepted by all the nations in that world, to even being respected by his enemies.
No, that's not.
That's his character development and the road that he had.
See, you got the wrong character development.
He even said in one of the episodes, "I could have been just like you, Sasuke, and the role could have been switched."
Yeah, whatever.
Naruto's motivation.
Hold on.
Character development is internal,
I could have
bro.
been just like you, but everybody.
Right? Exactly, because he's always been a kind person. He always. But character development, Striker, is internal. Internal, right? What the fuck? Okay, character development is internal, Striker. It has to be something they realize about themselves that they internally change. You're talking about external factors. That's not character development. That's like status. That's not the same thing, right? Character development is inside. It's your mental. It's how they act. It's what they do. It's their motives, right? Like Sasuke having character development going from fucking being a fucking terrorist to never mind, I'll help protect the leaf. That's character development because he changed his mind about destroying the leaf village. That is character development. But Naruto doesn't have any of that. Naruto is the same exact motherfucker from every
there's just levels to this shit. Not everything has to be a drastic amount of character change. That's what.
But we're not saying that. I'm saying, look, that's what makes Naruto so great though, because look, like you said, Naruto, whoever said the fuck that Naruto's not a leader is a goddamn lie, because Naruto inspires everybody that he ever came across. Look at if you look at any main story or filler arc, anytime Naruto's ever came across somebody, he's changed their life, he's inspired them.
But at the start of the show, he was
That's a leader. That's a leader. It don't matter if he's a Hokage. He's a leader.
Listen to what I'm saying. At the start of the show, it was more so about getting recognition and not being made out as some type of demon. Later, he became a symbol of peace for his fucking world that was regulating everything.
Naruto didn't even really give a fuck about recognition for real. He just wanted friends. That's all he wanted.
That's what he said from the very beginning. That's what he was crying about when he was talking to Iruka. He's like, I'm getting tired of everybody looking at me like I'm a demon.
Like I'm a demon, right? But what Naruto wanted was love. Why do you think he catered to Iruka Sensei so much? Because he loved him.
Yes,
not because Iruka thought he was gonna be Hokage, because Iruka showed him attention and he didn't look at him like he was some type of monster. He fucking loved him.
Yes, but later
we on the topic of character development, right? Iruka Sensei, right? He hated Naruto at first, didn't he?
He did. He wanted to kill him.
And then what happened?
And he had a chance.
Naruto saved his life. And then what happened? He said, "Oh shit, Naruto's not a demon. Oh shit, maybe I should look after this boy." Then Naruto start feeling love. Then Iruka started feeling love for Naruto. Naruto started treating him like a father figure. That's character development, because the Nine-Tailed Fox killed Iruka's parents.
I'm saying that's not the only way to have character development. Look, I'm looking at it right now. Character development is the observable changes that character makes as the narrative progresses. To track character development, the reader should focus on the character traits and circumstances of the character's example of the character's circumstances and where they live, their family structure, social status, etc. It's not the character change. I did.
His reason for wanting to be Hokage. There were reasons that he added to wanting to be Hokage. It wasn't just recognition after a minute. It was about preserving peace and whatnot.
Okay, let me ask y'all. Let me ask you this, Striker, right? Striker, what is, besides Naruto, name like one of your favorite character developments in like a fictional character. Name a fictional character who went through an amazing character development. Like,
I'm gonna think on that too.
Okay, what's one of your favorites? One of your favorite character development?
Tony Stark. For me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock on
fictional character that went through character development.
Hold on, I'm gonna think about this.
This might not be the best take with Shadow.
That's a good.
Hedgehog?
That's a good take. That's a good take.
Shadow is Shadow.
That's a good take.
Shit, Wolverine before he became an X-Men. As he at the start of him becoming an X-Men, I mean.
That's a good take.
I think I'd have to say Kratos.
Okay.
Okay, what about it? Explain the character development to me.
I knew that was coming.
Vegeta.
I hope you have the answer then.
Actually, any of the multiple side characters in Dragon Ball, like Tien, Vegeta,
Everybody
Piccolo.
but Goku. Ain't that a coincidence? Anyway, Striker, go ahead and explain your answer.
Goku got development.
Striker, you got the floor. Striker, you got the floor.
You know, because I agree.
Striker. Go ahead, Striker.
It's like explaining Superman don't change.
So I mean, Kratos' character development was, him being a warlord and whatnot, and wanting to defend his country and whatnot, and then he made a deal with practically the devils, what it seems like, and he got this power to kind of change the tides of the war, and he became, he supposedly got betrayed by the person that gave him this power, and he became a very vengeful person and started seeking after revenge and killing off this the person that betrayed him, which he succeeded.
Who is that person? Who's that person?
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
No, who is that person, Striker? Because I know. Do you know? Because it doesn't sound like you know. I know.
It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter who it is.
God of War Ares.
Oh yeah, I know who it is.
It's the series name. God of War. It was Ares, the God of War. He made the deal with him. And then you go and take. You don't even know shit about your own.
I definitely do. I said it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. The God of War, where he gets his powers from, the dude whose spot he took because he killed him, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Knowing the very beginning of how that lore started. That's why I said that mentioning that is irrelevant to his character development.
That was just giving a plot synopsis. That don't really.
Excuse my outburst. Go ahead, continue.
All right, so he then goes on this vengeful track, and then he finds out that there's more to the story, and feels like he's now betrayed by the whole gods. So the whole time in this arc, or in his journey of just wanting to kill all the gods, he's filled with rage, he's filled with hate, he's filled with all this like negative thoughts and whatnot, and becomes a very wrathful person. And then switching over after killing, or finally annihilating all the gods, Greek gods, he tried to run from this life and whatnot and kind of leave it behind. He did what he had to do, and Dundada. He gets to this other area. He meets this woman or whatever, and she starts like mending his heart more so, and tries to heal him and letting go of that past. And he starts becoming, instead of this wrathful person and hates all the gods and people in general, starting to accept people a little more, to even starting to accept some gods, because he's come across a few Norse gods that are willing to help him, and just want to seek his help just because they know of who he is.
Okay.
What gods?
Ooh.
Because every god you come across in the reboots, you kill him.
Not every one of them. He didn't kill Freya.
Well, Freya's
that's
good.
one.
He didn't want to kill Freya's son either.
The Valkyrie.
No choice.
They're not gods. Those are Valkyries.
They're like
Thor's wife and daughter.
No, they're Valkyries.
Thor's wife and daughter.
Thor's daughter is one that he let live. I mean,
Thor Thor lived.
Thor died.
He let Thor live. Yeah, but that had nothing to do with them. The fact is, he let him live.
See, but so you're saying his character development is that he's becoming more accepting of gods, but he's not. He just wants to be left alone. Matter of fact, that's the whole point. At the beginning of God of War, he's like, when they go try to peer in on him, when Odin tries to make peace, he's like, "Yo, leave me alone, get away," right? And it's Atreus and his curiosity peeking in is kind of why he gets involved anyway. He doesn't become accepting, and if he really changed, what he would do really is put down the blade and not kill another god, because he killed his entire pantheon and his entire earth with it because of that, with his rage. But you still give in to the rage, you still apply it, you still pick up the blades of chaos themselves, and you still go in and you kill these gods once they threaten your family.
He didn't even kill Odin. He didn't even kill Odin.
Odin dies anyway, doesn't he? Like it's the same thing. Like him not dealing the killing blow does not mean he didn't have a hand in it. He still
they jumped the fuck out of
Asgard.
Odin though. That wasn't a 1v1.
Yeah, exactly. They jumped on. He still assaulted Asgard. Like think about it. Think about it. At the very beginning, the very first God of War. Remember that deal he made? He made that deal, or he made that deal with Ares. And then remember, the whole reason he wanted vengeance on Ares is because Ares killed his family.
Right.
And so, and then in the reboot, the whole reason he's going up against Asgard is because they have his son. He's the same person. There is no development there. And there is no development because they played it safe. They wanted him to stay around. And that's why he's gonna go to another pantheon and do it all again. Just
not at first. No. Not at first. It wasn't at first.
He didn't go to the North for all that. He just went to the North to find peace. That's really why he went there. He wound up meeting his wife. His wife just so happened to die, and then all this shit happened. It's for him finally forgiving himself. That's what that's for. The game itself wasn't about that. The DLC was about the aftermath of that and him finally coping and forgiving himself. That's why he started hanging so much with the other God of War, who was able to teach him to forgive himself.
Ergo, him actually started accepting the gods and not hating all of them.
I thought you said we can't use the
Including
DLC
himself.
because we're talking about Game of the Year.
But that's what I'm using the DLC.
Hey man,
that's
we're talking about a character development. Absolutely, yeah. Like, come on now.
Why we
nitpicking?
I thought we weren't talking about the Game of the Year anymore. I thought we were talking about character development.
Okay, look, you're right. Kratos, like, I'm not trying to underplay. Kratos did have a great change in character from, how his young, rageful self to the father he is now, right? But if you look at the overall arching stories, they are the same. He's taking vengeance upon gods because they interfered with his family, right? And
new Kratos
the main difference is at this time, instead of being rageful, he's very hesitant in doing so. But they have him break his oath. Eventually, you do spill blood. You do kill Heimdall, right? I remember that specifically. I can't remember everything because the game's not too fucking memorable. But, like, I remember that specifically. You murder the fuck out of Heimdall because he threatens Atreus. So, like, at the end of the day, Kratos is the same person. And that's what that... And that's something.
Because he's still gonna stand on business. Like, if you cross his family, like, he's still gonna do what he has to do ultimately to protect his family.
Would you not kill somebody to protect your son?
Bro, this ain't about me. This is about Kratos, okay? This is about the fact that you said
he's a god.
This is about the fact that you said he changed.
He's a father protecting his son.
They swear they are. They just keep adding in this shit that's irrelevant. Look, the point is he's doing the same thing. He's the same person because he resorts to the same violence, and that is something he conflicts with, right?
Before that's not the same thing, though, dog.
How is it not the same thing?
Because before he was doing it out of vengeance. This time he was trying to protect his child. It's not the same thing. The motivations play a very big difference.
So he's killing God.
Avenger, Revenger, same difference. Before, beginning, during, after. It's the same thing.
Going outside and choking a nigga because he owe you some money ain't the same thing as protecting your son from a robber.
Okay, but
it's not the same thing.
Okay, but remember the first game. You're undermining. You're saying he did it for vengeance. Yeah, he did it for the vengeance of his wife and daughter that Ares murdered. So it's the same.
Yes, but he was correct. The first, right?
Except the first game is worse because they're already dead. Like he's still alive in this one. He knows it, and he still kills them out of just the threat that.
Who does he kill besides Heimdall?
Because he was a younger.
What do you mean besides Heimdall?
He was younger. That he couldn't grow into who he is now if he didn't go through that. Then younger him was Frank Castle. Now he is Daredevil. Let's put it like that. That's what it is.
Razor.
I wouldn't say Daredevil.
He killed Freya's son because of rage and wrath.
Oh, all right, yeah, all right. I give you that. I give him that. I give him that one.
You mean to tell me he killed the I forget his name.
Yeah, sure you do.
He didn't just kill his son just because, by the way. He killed him because he had to.
Yeah.
He told him, "I don't want to kill you. I don't want to fight." He kept saying it over and over and over. Even when he was about to kill his mother, you just need to stop doing this to your mother. He said, you know, show a little bit more respect, blah 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 blah, whatever he said. But ultimately, he wasn't trying to kill him.
And that's the point. The point is, he did it anyway. The point is, he resorts to it anyway. He is the same person, regardless of whether he likes it or not. Right? Here's the thing.
Bad night, he would have just snatched his head.
Yo, check your mic. Check the decimals.
So
So, like, here's the
saying
thing.
he was like,
Here's
he
the
was
thing,
like, bro,
though.
he was
If they were willing to play it risky, they could have had Kratos like stick to his oath and then actually die about it, and then Loki starts Ragnarok president. That could have been a dope storyline, but no, they play
That'd
it
be great.
safe because they want Kratos to stay around. So at the end of the day, Kratos, of course, he's still gonna
you
kill
can
him, and it's like, oh my
forgive
god,
Hold on
I feel
now.
bad.
How
regret.
we getting back
Like,
to this?
Because like
How we getting back to
Because we
this?
never finished the
because
conversation.
that's the whole point. Of, like,
Because y'all never finished the conversation.
Well, that
Fuck out of
would
here,
be-
yo.
Okay, think about it.
Right.
Vengeance stories like Kratos is often end in death, right? For something, right? Mostly the character. They die because like they lived their whole life in blood. That's how they've done it. And even though they decide to be a better person, they realize like, yo, the amount of shit I've done in the past already is like just insufferable. Like, you know, they deserve to die, right? So like if Kratos really believes that, why does he still choose to, you know, up his own life and take out the life of these other gods? And like, remember, not just other gods. Mind you, you are mindlessly murdering. You are mindlessly murdering plenty of elves and druids and all the like on your adventures through the worlds, right? Just because they're nameless NPCs doesn't mean they weren't actual real people that he's just fucking tearing through relentlessly, right? Because if you compare it to games like Last of Us, you always have the option to not kill people. You can sneak by them, you can subdue them.
I mean, you always have the option to not kill those NPCs.
And that's relevant to the story and how you play, right? Because like you're projecting like this sort of character, but in God of War, you are always murdering these things. You're always
you can choose not to,
right?
I just do the objective.
How do you choose not to? Even if you use your fist, you're touching the shit. So just not play the game.
So you basically just say kill everything.
Put the
that he's
controller
ever done,
down.
so there will be
You
no
just not
character
play the
development.
game.
But then you would say he has no character development.
What?
That's what I'm saying. What you arguing?
Bro, I can
He's
hear
never
him.
supposed to.
You're making
He's
it
never
hard
supposed
to
to
hear.
ever go through shit. He's never supposed to ever do anything. But then you would say he would never have any character development
No.
to begin with, bro.
The point is he's supposed to go through shit and change, but he doesn't change.
He does change. The
How does he
reason, the
change?
motivations are different, dog. He's not just killing people for the sake
Okay,
of
just
killing
because the
people.
motivations are different doesn't mean you're not the same fucking person. You're doing the same
That's
fucking
very
thing.
much so what it means.
It is. Okay? Like, y'all are like,
I think the whole
I
realization
would-
of Ragnarok was Kratos realizing that, hey, I'm just this type of nigga, bro. Because if you really think about it, if you really dissect the game, and you really think about Ragnarok,
Yeah, they
Kratos-
basically told him, "You're the God of War. You're the only one that can do this."
it's inevitable, right? It's inevitable. So
But
after
it
you raise
wasn't him by choice that did that. It was the Valkyries. It was Freya. It was all of the other ones that wanted him to help him in the fight against Odin. He didn't want to do, and he didn't want to have anything to
if
do
he
with
didn't
that.
agree with
he
it,
just wanted
he
to
could've
get
just-
Atreus and
like,
did.
that's the thing. Y'all are like putting too much priority on intentions and stuff. That doesn't matter. What matters is
Absolutely
in the
matters.
same exact position he was. Although he is once again, like you said, thank you, Ash. I forgot about that. He is once again the new God of War. It's the
Actually,
exact thing.
if I'm coming at you with a knife versus just picking up the knife and telling you, "Hey, you dropped this," what intentions are you perceiving?
Shit, I'm gonna kill you. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's say you went to prison when you were younger because like
What
you
are
actually
these?
killed
What
some guy
are
in a
these random ass hypotheticals? How do these anything free on, bro? This isn't about self-defense. It doesn't matter. A pacifist does not believe in violence and will die about that. If they are
Avatar
truly a
Aang. Avatar
pacifist.
Aang is a good one. Avatar Aang is a good one.
Pacifists
Aang would not
will
kill.
die about it if they are truly
What are you
pacifist.
talking about?
Avatar
point
Aang
is-
would not kill. No, he will
point
not.
is,
No, he will
Kratos has
not.
not
He was
changed,
gonna kill
and that
his
is
son better.
and
What are
that
you
is
talking
part
about?
of
They
the
just
DLC.
left.
Now that we think about it, y'all spoke on the DLC. Part of the DLC is like Ray said, him
Aang kills
realizing
multiple
this is
people in
just
all
who
of
I am.
Avatar.
Let me accept my past as it was because this is who I am. I am the God of War. It's him
Aang killed
accepting
people
who
in
he
the
is,
Northern
not
Water
changing who
Tribe.
he
Aang
is.
killed people
There is
Hold
no
on, hold on.
change. There
What
is
are
no
you talking
change in who he is. The
So,
only
nigga,
the only difference between this Kratos and past Kratos is that he's more mature and he has a son to look after. That is it.
So like I was saying, if you went to prison when you were younger because you killed
my
somebody,
God.
you got out and you had to protect your son from somebody trying to kill you and your son, or rather just your son. Are you still the same type of nigga, or are you just a man protecting your son?
Oh man, well, I didn't go to prison when I was younger, so I can't tell you, man.
That's a
I
shit
don't
situation.
know. Yeah,
Look, well, what I'm saying
Be
is,
realistic. Be realistic. It's not that hard of
I
it's
am
not that hard of
realistic.
an answer, dog.
that's
Are you
realistic,
just
bro.
I mean,
murder-
self-defense,
are
you
just
gonna
a
kill him.
murderer?
But the thing
But
is,
yeah, like,
what he's saying is,
the realistic answer is actually I'm still the same nigga.
yeah, I'm still the same
I
person.
happen to be defending my son.
Yeah.
That does not mean I have changed. I'm just defending my son.
You don't
I'm
have
still
to.
that same ain't shit nigga that went to prison when I was younger. There was nothing different about me.
And growing as a person, but at the end of the day, you're just a man trying to protect yourself.
But
you're not just
No,
out
no,
to
no.
kill
Okay, no,
you.
because I got a story about that actually. I was listening to John Berthold's podcast, and he had somebody on. This is the same dude he's been to prison. I think he spent like 20 plus years in prison, right? And a dude killed his daughter on a home invasion, and you know what he testified in court? You know, this is the same dude that in the past he could have just killed that nigga, but you know what he testified in court? He said no, because he has a church now. He was like, my daughter's dead regardless. What's the point of ruining another black kid's life and keeping him locked up for eternity? Why not just let him come redeem himself in my church? Like it was a longer message, but that was the whole message behind it. So that's character development, if you ask me. That's taking the hard route of going, hey, you know, I could easily say fuck this nigga for killing my daughter, but I'm gonna choose to take a different pedestal on this and try a different way. That's true change.
That is
deliberately spares multiple people on God of War.
It's
not
character development. It doesn't necessarily have to. So, like, hold on. I could even spin it another way that you niggas might actually agree with, because that's what type of sick, stupid fuck you are. Anyway, you could be that same nigga that went to prison, right? But then you got out of prison, and instead that kid that killed your daughter, you kidnap him, you torture him, and you take out your vengeance upon him in ways that you learned from prison and that you have, you know, succumbed your mind to over time. That's different. You become a sicker nigga. That's a different type of development. You develop in different ways. It doesn't have to be positive. Development does not always have to be positive in any way, shape, or form. It's just actual development. Mentally, physically, you can see like a change in the character as they progress through, you know, their different trials and tribulations. But
that's keyword. Say it again.
Nope.
Go ahead, say it again. Say it again. Razor, what you're arguing and what you're saying is basically that Kratos had no change. He has not gone through any kind of change. He is still the same wrathful, vengeful, rageful person. That's essentially what you're saying.
Did you use the rage mode in God of War?
No, I didn't say.
By the way,
you do.
He spared multiple people from that he would never have spared if he was younger. He spared, and also when he was younger, he tried to spare multiple people.
No, okay, y'all are focusing on the specifics. We're talking about the overarching, right? From series to series, he's still the God of War. That has not changed. He is still willing to, like, for me, character development on Kratos would have been him saying, no, I will not be your God of War. No, I will not wage war on Asgard. That would have been character development, like him learning from his past, right? But he still agreed to go as long as Atreus was in danger. Like, if you want to do something, like, and once again, this goes back to the playing it safe thing, right? This is because the game designed it in a way to make sure Kratos is going to be all right regardless. Like they played it too safe, right? Because we're talking about the game specifically. Keep that in mind, Jay. I know you be slipping, but keep that in mind. So, like, look, and then like if they really wanted to play it risky or whatever, maybe have because the whole thing is, once again, Ragnarok didn't happen. That's the whole thing of the game, right? And Ragnarok's supposed to trigger like Odin's death, Kratos' death. That shit doesn't happen. Like, maybe like Kratos has to kill Loki to fucking stop Ragnarok or something. That's character development, right? He'd rather sacrifice his son than go on to endless war than something, you know, like something y'all are like the whole self-defense thing, of course, is logical for any man to defend his son in that situation, regardless of character, right? But we're talking about the God of War, the guy who destroyed an entire world over his family, over his dead and gone family. Will he do the same thing again? And I am not convinced that he wouldn't do it again. I'm convinced he would do it again if it comes down to it. Matter of fact, like I can't remember because it's too fuzzy, but like, wasn't the only reason they stopped because of Atreus or Freya or something? Like, Kratos himself wasn't.
His development isn't him not doing anything by any means to protect his family. His development is not going through everything for the sake of revenge and just killing for the sake of killing and just because you're mad all the time.
Well, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have vengeance anymore. He's already done that. Why would he do it again? There's no second family that he has to cry over. Right? It doesn't make no sense.
That's
no shit. He's not doing it over the same thing.
That's why he spared multiple niggas that he would never spare. Like Jonathan, like what you mentioned about bro saying like he wouldn't, that if he had killed that guy, that his kid wouldn't have anybody to go to. But should he have had the chance to stop that guy, you think he would have killed the guy first?
I mean, I don't.
Or would he just let his daughter just die?
Okay, in a self-defense matter, yes, everybody's entitled to self-defense, right? Okay, I see the angle you putting, but I'm talking about the angle between, he could have easily had said just fuck that guy, right? Naturally, all of us are gonna say, most of us are gonna say fuck that guy, right? Somebody does us wrong, they're gonna say fuck that guy, no matter if it's gonna change anything or not. Him taking a high ground like that shows a positive character development as, hey, instead of me continuing to do things this way, I'm gonna do things another way. You know, I'm going to try and change this guy's fate. I'm gonna try and have a positive impact on this person's life. You know, that is a great example of positive character development. You know, that's what I'm saying. I get y'all trying to spend. Yeah, I see your point with the whole self-defense thing. I do see your point, but and that's why I mentioned Avatar Aang, because when Razor was talking about being a true pacifist, that's one character that comes to mind is Avatar Aang. Avatar Aang would not. I don't care if it's in self-defense. Aang is not gonna kill you. He's not.
Yeah, but
Aang has killed multiple people.
No, he's not. Who was Aang killed? Aang has never killed anybody.
The Northern Water Tribe, when he was using that freaking water spirit to just splash over villages.
No, he didn't die. He trapped them in the spirit world. Zhao didn't die. He trapped them in the spirit world.
Zhao. I'm talking about those little no-name freaking soldiers that were there. You think he didn't kill none of them?
They went to the water. And that wasn't Aang.
You think he wasn't going to kill those sandbenders had they not left?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was definitely going to kill them. What are you talking about?
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was.
He was going to kill them, bro. That Aang was on a different type of timing. We're on the average state and everything. He was going to kill those niggas.
This is the same, and we can differ up to a hold'em combat. This is the same Aang that was. You saw the battle with Ozai. You saw the battle with Ozai. He was in that same Avatar state that you claiming in all these other battles. He didn't kill Ozai. What did he do?
Yes, but that was also a later version of him. That was a later version of him that developed further into the show. That was pre-Zuko, pre-everything. That was after Zuko, after everything.
Bro, the point is, Aang's a monk, bro. Aang is a true pacifist. He does not believe in. That's why he was stressing out so much about fighting Ozai, because he's like, yo, I can't kill him. Even his past lives were telling him, hey, you gotta kill that nigga. He's like, no, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I can't do it. It's not in me. That's why he was he was up for 3 days straight. He was stressing out so much because he can't. It's not in him. He can't do it. Right. I mean, that'll be a good example too of character development, of him realizing, hey, no, some niggas just gotta drop. It's negative, but that's character development too, right?
Aren't you a Batman fan?
Also, they straight up killed Combustion Man, by the way.
Huh? Am I a Batman fan? Is it?
Yeah.
Me? I like Batman. He ain't like, you know.
He don't kill niggas, right?
He don't kill niggas, no.
But he had character development, though, right?
He does have character development.
He did. He definitely did.
Check. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Word. I think, long story short, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like we finally came to a resolution and finally have a deeper and better understanding of character development and what that actually means, and can absolutely attune and agree in unison that Naruto did have a very in-depth character development overall.
But what? Okay, but what was it? But what was it?
What do you mean? What was it?
What was it?
Hold on. If you need me to describe to you Naruto's character development, I think it's over time how he developed and gained self-confidence in himself, and more confidence in his abilities and capabilities, instead of him wishing that he could do things and that people would notice him. Being noticed and seeing that he has to lead these people, taking up that mantle, because obviously it used to just be Naruto on a swing by himself.
Yeah,
he developed into the Hokage, obviously, right? Yeah. Every other Hokage was a known genius from said birth. Naruto didn't know any of that shit because he didn't have a family. No one loved him.
And a goddamn retard.
Those different things, I wouldn't have said that, but those different things played a part into his character development. The show is called Naruto. This nigga is getting developed by default. They have to show emphasis on everyone else's character development, so you're invested in other characters. So it makes more sense. It's more notable. There's a whole fucking arc for Naruto as a kid with the development for Kiba, Neji, Rock Lee, Shikamaru, all of them get developed in an arc together with Naruto.
One of the greatest arcs ever, by the way. Yep.
After that, they kind of fall off, but we're not debating the whole story or Naruto and pretending like everyone had immaculate character development. But all in all, that nigga did have character development. I don't know.
Okay, Striker, do you see that explanation?
I hate y'all, yo. That's
an explanation. We still never got an explanation on why, Ragnarok was remarkable. But you know what? I digress. Thank you, Ray. You know what? I I agree with that take. I agree with that take.
I think both of
Naruto,
those
I'm still on the fact that Naruto doesn't have the most character development. He doesn't have a whole lot, but I agree with that part. And that's a
I
good
won't
take.
say that he has the most, but I believe his development is from one
And I
just
mean,
more.
we talk
more than
shit.
just
Goku had
recognized.
character development too. Goku originally just wanted to fight everybody as a sport. He wanted to train things like that. At some point, he said, "I'm putting this shit down. My son's actually stronger than me. I want to see him fight people." What the developers, or I mean, writers did after that, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And it's probably because of the dick sucking ass fanboys that were like, "No, Goku can't leave," and that's why my boy Gohan and Goten are getting shit on like they are. But
and that's why shows can't be great because
that is
people
why.
don't want their their favorite characters off the damn screen. That's
Absolutely.
exactly why shows can't be great.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Goku has said it plenty of times where he's comfortable without being revived. But
yeah,
you know?
Niggas would fuck with Boruto way more if it wasn't connected to Naruto. Like if it was just his own thing.
No, I just think like the anime is so slow that niggas don't want to invest into it because of how much they've already invested into
the manga's way more interesting than the show. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
the manga's more interesting than the show. Yeah,
I think something y'all would really fuck with, and I think Sean would probably second me on this, is solo leveling. Or
I gotta check that out actually. Yeah,
I fuck with solo leveling. I liked it.
Wrapping up today's topic, we want to thank everyone who made it this far. If you enjoy the discussion, all we ask in your return is for you to spread the love by sharing this podcast with a friend. While you're at it, go ahead and drop us a 5-star rating on supporting platforms. This helps the algorithm promote our show, which helps with bringing in new listeners. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.